Hello everybody, welcome to the Garage. John here, and today we've just got back from having the Jeep serviced, which is great because it involved a trip out to one of our favourite places, Hull. Thumbs up to everybody who lives in Hull. And whilst we're over there, we took the opportunity, other side of the bridge, to take a ride out onto Spurn Point, which if you're even half interested in the coastline of Britain, then make yourself a appointment. Go visit Spurn Point before it's too late. So anyway, we had the service done. That was done at Jordan's of Hull, which is Jeep, Alfa Romeo and Fiat. The service, like last year's, was excellent in terms of service. Nice garage waiting room area. We went for a walk around Hull, so didn't really make much use of that, but it was all there for us: teas, coffees, toilets, anything we'd have wanted. The dealership itself, the showroom, is very pleasant. Nobody's pushy. Got to play around with a Wrangler. Yay! Really recommend them. So the actual service, this was the larger of the two services that you have with these vehicles. And this one cost us £352, so that's the more expensive of the two. So let's have a little look at the paperwork and bits and pieces that we get. Envelope, 24,000 mile service, but that is not what this vehicle has done. It's just a case of a second year service. We've had the car 2 years. So what are they recording our mileage as? 12,500, so half the miles that is considered normal. So what do you get? Unlike the Nissan ones, it's a little bit more lightweight. We've essentially got the invoice, which I'll tell you what we've got, not got on that. We've got a checklist. We have workshop recommendations, road test observations. Okay, somebody's road tested it. And some little green signals to do with wear levels. So let's have a little look at what we've actually paid for here. So, as I say, it's £352. First thing is, if you're outside the UK, you should think of that as £293 because we have to add VAT, value added tax, onto things. So £293 worth of stuff. And we've paid for 2 filter elements. So one would suggest, oh, that's quite interesting. We've got 2 filter elements, £21.25 and £25. Plus a sealing gasket, £4.85, plus an air filter. So I assumed one of those 2 filters was my filter element. So it could be a fuel filter and an oil filter, but it doesn't say. That's quite interesting. Air filter, £15.53. Main dealer, yes, not too bad, not too shabby. Certainly you'd expect to get it cheaper elsewhere. And oil, 1 litre of Selena WR Forward OW30, 2 litre containers of the same. So the total oil cost is £54. I'd say it's a little high. It tells you the name of our technician. Look over what else has been checked. Check for tyre wear, pressure, and the expiry date on tyre service charging kits. That's the self-inflator. Check all lighting. Check and restore levels. That's fluids. Check in exhaust emissions. Check by diagnostic socket. Visually inspect exterior bodywork, protection systems, pipes, hoses, boots and bushings. Wipers front and rear, windscreen wiper washer adjustments, Cleanliness of locks, hood and trunk levers, pad wear on front discs, pad wear on rear discs, oil level of rear diff. I'd be quite impressed if they actually have checked that, as we haven't got a rear diff or even a diff at the back. So I'm just checking. What does it say? Change differential. In fairness, there is a if applicable on that, and the tick also includes the engine oil, so can't accuse them of anything there. Replace the air filter, replace the cabin air filter, so that's one of the filters, and replace the brake fluid. And they did tell us that they changed the brake fluid, but there is no charge on there for brake fluid, I know. Tyre tread depth. Driver's side front 3mm and the note getting low. Front passenger side 3mm getting low. Rear driver's side 4.5. Rear passenger side 4.5. All acceptable. Okay. So I will go and check them tyre pressures, tyre levels myself, because for 12,000 miles, I suppose that's about right. But I've just checked my truck, which has done 30,000 miles, and I'm paranoid that that's not wearing them out fast enough. So the comparison is interesting for me. Then we've got horn checks, brake fluid checks, lighting checks, exhaust system, steering, suspension, drive shafts, master cylinder, pads, calipers, hoses, yeah, all good. Tyre depths again recorded on a separate piece of paper. So actually, this is an invoice and a checklist that seems to be duplicated about 3 times, 3 different styles, which is not very lean. But yeah, there's nothing to quibble about. We're making a huge assumption that they've done what they said they'd do. I'm going to take a little look under the bonnet just to see if there's any evidence. And I will look at the condition of the tyres as well. But as I say, the actual service, the experience service, was excellent. And that's the second time that's happened. I'm very pleased. This is the first Jeep vehicle we've ever had. And I know they're being serviced through essentially Fiat dealers, because that's the volume make. But I've never had a new Fiat, so I've got no personal experience of it. Anecdotally, Fiat is not the highest quality service, but I think you make your own mind up based on what you find. Let's go and have a quick look under the bonnet and at the tyres. Well, I've been round, checked all the levels, so obviously brand new coolant. You can see that the fluid's in the neck of the washer reservoir. I've rechecked the oil, nice and clean at the right level. I can see that the brake fluid is clean, check that. I haven't checked the air filter just because I've not got a screwdriver on me right now, but based on the other bits and pieces, I've got nothing to suggest there's any issues. I've had a good look around the engine bay for anything loose, left, etc., and seen nothing. You can't read anything into the cleanliness of the engine bay because it was absolutely foul yesterday, and there's the evidence of the mechanic. So all good. And I've checked the tyres and agree with the measurements that they've made, and the outside edges are a little bit worn and rounded, but basically even all over, with about 4.5 to 5mm on the fronts near the outside edge. The worst being this one, and we're in the UK, so it tends to be the curbside front on a front wheel drive car, but if any of them are going to be wrecked, that's that. And it's this kind of rounded effect where it's been lent on a little bit, but all in all, wearing its set of tyres rather well and rather evenly. So there we are, Jeep Renegade, and that's yet again passed its service, and well done, Jordans of Hull. Impressed with your service. friendliness, cleanliness, all the rest of it. And the car was nice and washed and cleaned and vacuumed when we collected it, which we immediately messed up by going for a ride up Spurn Point. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, tell your friends, please subscribe. Join us again on To The Garage when we'll have more news, ideas, projects involving the Jeep, involving the Navara, involving the T25 camper van, the Jaguar XK8, and all the other projects that are going on, including actually rebuilding the garage at some stage. Lots and lots of stuff to do. Winter may change the style of the projects. Keep watching to find out what I mean. Speak to you soon. Bye.